Good morning, good wherever, whatever time it is where you are. We are going to write some drabbles today. Let's see. Sorry I'm running a little late. I usually am, so let's be real about that. Okay, that's going good. I can close that tab and get my document all set up. I missed live streaming last week, so I might have to go back and work on that drabble as well. So where was it? Okay. Well, I think I am all ready. Tanya's here. Hello. It's been a while. How are you doing, Tanya? Oh. Oh, Tanya says, good, sorta. Trying to be more grown up and cross things off my to-do list that I really don't want to do and have been procrastinating. Me too. Part of the reason I was late was because I was finally like, oh, I have a form I need to fill out before the school year starts, and it starts a week from today. So that should have been done a while ago. That's hard though. Doing adult things is really hard. I'm doing pretty good. I don't know. I've been chilling and relaxing for the last couple weeks now. It has been over 2 weeks. And it's been nice. I'm torn because I'm like, oh, I really want to get into writing, but it's hard to switch to a different project, even if it's something small. Like I want to work on stories right now. But I don't know. I'm also enjoying my break, so maybe a little too much. I don't actually mean that. It's not too much. It's more an issue of I feel like I'm taking a break from writing, but I'm not getting a break from anything else. I've been like decluttering and deep cleaning my house. We've been going through the kids' rooms, pulled out a whole bunch of stuff that they haven't touched in years. And yeah, that's been a lot of it. I have been doing some fun things. We went to go see some family in the St. Louis area, and went to the zoo and all of that fun stuff because, bigger cities have better zoos and so on. And I've been puzzling. I don't know if my puzzle is very relaxing right now because it's a 1500 piece puzzle of a Monet, and it's gorgeous, but it is taking a while. It's I was getting a bit discouraged for a while there, but I feel like I'm finally making progress. And I don't know, I've been reading a bunch, and yeah, it's it's been fun. I am also working on a vlog of I've been very loosely vlogging the past couple weeks, just kind of, getting some fun little snippets. So it's going to be hopefully a short vlog. It better be a short vlog. But we'll see. No, my vlogs are too long right now. I need to trim them down. It is challenging. The puzzle, I assume you mean, is very is I usually do Charles Wysocki puzzles, which also paintings. Paintings are my preference for puzzles, but the Wysocki puzzles are very simplistic. Meanwhile, Monet is an impressionist painter, so it's very different. Oh, that's so exciting, Tanya. Tanya says, I started vlogging again yesterday. I'm so rusty, but it was also fun to try to get back into it. I'm excited. I can't wait. I've missed your videos every once in a while, or not that I have a lot of time, because I'm constantly behind on everybody's videos, but I like to go back and watch some every once in a while to be in your presence. Let's see what else has been going on. I need to not look at my own face. We also went down to Silver Dollar City, which is it's less than an hour from the city that I live in. It's in a smaller city to the south. It is a theme park with a bunch of roller coasters, but it is very much like a old timey, set in the 1800s, and like lots of emphasis on like crafts and caving. All of the roller coasters and stuff have like really cool themes. There's one that's like where you time travel. I don't ride any of these, to be clear, because I am not a roller coaster person. If I'm going sideways, upside down, anything like that, it's not a time for me. I It's too intense for me. But my husband likes all that stuff, and my youngest, my 10-year-old, enjoys that kind of thing. Some of them were definitely things that were too much for him for now because he's 10. But we had a lot of fun. I did get on one roller coaster, and it was just a small one. And even I wasn't expecting it to have the ups and downs that it did. It was more than I expected because it's one where you go like inside a building. It's an inside roller coaster, and it's all like the town is on fire and we have to whatever. It's called Fire in the Hole. Um, a lot of them are like fire themed for whatever reason. There is a fire district as one of the sections. Anyway, so that was one of the things where it's like, okay, I don't know how relaxing that actually was, but it was fun. Okay. Tanya says, I couldn't bring myself to go back and see what my videos were like before. That is totally fair. I will occasionally rewatch more recent videos, especially ones that I'm particularly proud of, which there aren't many of those, but I think the one from the vlog from the beginning of June, I really liked that one. Um, but most of them, yeah, no, I don't want to go back and see that. It's probably really bad. Like I know that the way I talk on camera and how I talk about things, just my talking ability and also my editing ability has improved. And I really don't want to go back and look at the stuff like from the beginning. God no. That's scary. Mm, oh, it's the other ones aren't popping up, but I know you've said other things. The place is called Silver Dollar City. Um, yeah, and it's based on like an old local legend, where which I actually have a story idea that is based on the same legend. Um, it's the Yoakum silver dollar that there's theoretically a lost silver mine around that area where the Yoakum family brothers, I don't remember, were mining silver and making silver dollars before Missouri, before maybe even the US had a unified um, money currency. That's the word I'm looking for. So yeah, it's a really fun place, just like from a historical standpoint, but it is also, like very, very played up. And yeah, I, yes, just relaxing in a roller coaster. I don't know why the comments stopped popping up in my thing, but yeah, a lot of the ones they have there are very intense. And my youngest really wanted to go on this one called, oh, was it Outlaw Run? And so my husband took him and they went over and looked at it while I went to go look at the glass blowing studio because that's what I'm there for is cool craft things. And they were doing a demonstration. So I took our oldest to go look at that, and my husband took the youngest to go to see Outlaw Run, and they looked at it, and my youngest was like, I don't think I'm ready for that. Yeah, probably not. It is, it's a lot. Okay, let's see. we should... I know I haven't actually been streaming for that long because I got started late. And also, I don't know why this laptop is like 3 minutes off. My phone says it's 8:52. My desktop says it's 8:52. This laptop says it's 8:55. That's not how that works. We should bring up the prompts and glass blowing is so fun to watch. Okay. Yes, like it's I love the idea of Silver Dollar City. It is like it was very hot, which to be fair that also meant there were fewer people. So it was a better experience than the last time we were there because it was too busy before. But yeah, it's themed in a way that I wish other theme parks were because so many of them it's just like we have a bunch of rides. I like their commitment. Okay. Okay, the prompts for this week's drabble are a treehouse and an unfair fight. Oh boy, I feel like I haven't written a drabble in forever. It has been 2 weeks because I missed last week and I need to catch up. Maybe I'll do that after this one. I don't know what I'm thinking about, Tanya. Um, like pairing a treehouse and an unfair fight feels very like childhood. Um, because an unfair fight like that could be anything. I don't know why I'm like saying that like it's a bad thing when I chose these prompts. Okay, Tanya says I'm kind of thinking a wild animal coming into the treehouse. Oh, that's really cool. Or maybe a sentient treehouse. I love that. That's terrifying. That makes me think of like the last unicorn where he accidentally um he's trying to do magic to free himself from being tied to a tree and accidentally makes the tree sentient and like alive and also it has boobs. Um that's a whole other thing that I did not like get as a child. But yeah. And yes, fair is very important with kids and like yeah, especially the the ones with the tism is things being fair is very very neurodivergent. Um, I don't know why it has boobs, but it does. Like the last unicorn tree. Will that bring it up? Do it. Image search. That's just bringing up the unicorn. Where's the tree? This is not. I mean, yes, there are trees throughout. I don't know. I found someone taking a photo I don't know. Oh no, you gotta look it up though. It's probably the craziest thing that happens in that movie. Such a good movie though. Now I want to watch that. I haven't watched that in forever. But yeah, no, the boobs are like knots on the tree. I, if you're, it's a tree, I promise. It's like a weeping willow type of thing is like the way the hair looks. But yeah, it gets like a face and stuff, and it hugs him. It's some kind of thing that probably shouldn't be in a children's movie, but uh-huh. To be fair, I think the heartbeat also is has very boob like, and like it's not a heartbeat the way you think of like a magical heartbeat where it looks kind of like a woman. It's not. It's the bird. It's oh, I don't know why I said very boob like, but because it straight up has boobs. Three of them. But that's a whole other thing. Okay, Tanya says I didn't realize there was hair. It only looks like a weird stump. I am so curious what picture you found. But yeah, no, as the last unicorn is who made the last unicorn? That wasn't what. Oh, I don't know. Like, I know the answer to this. It's one of the ones that was made by um the people who then later formed Studio Ghibli. Um, or like one of the people. But it's the same people who made the Hobbit animated movie and stuff like that. Um, but so it's like a weird combination of um, yeah, it's highly recommend the movie. But yeah, so anyway, huge tangent. Great movie, very weird, very like 80s animation. So Sentient Treehouse. Definite possibility. Um, let's see. I okay. An unfair fight, a treehouse. I'm also generally thinking like when you as an adult go back to your childhood treehouse or something like that, you do need to watch it. So yeah, let's make some notes. The main other thing I'm thinking of is a movie called Now and Then from the late 90s, mid 90s, with Christina Ricci, and I don't know, there were other people, but she was the best character. And no, not the Beatles song. Movie. 95, so yeah, right. mid 90s, but it's this whole thing of like a summer in, I don't, the 70s probably. I don't know. It probably, okay, 1970 specifically. And so it's like them as adults looking back on this one summer when they were preteens, and they like specifically um, like got a bunch of money to build this one specific treehouse. And so, like, at the end of the movie, they're doing a sort of reunion, whatever, and they come back and, like, sit in their childhood treehouse and talk about stuff. Um, that's also a weird movie. So, like, that's mostly where my brain is going with the treehouse, which isn't really sparking any specific ideas. Um, okay, Tanya said maybe it's a treehouse against a skyscraper. That's fun. Oh, that's really interesting. Hmm. Okay. Um, None of this is really sparking anything in particular, which is fine. Um, hmm. I'm genuinely not sure where I'm going to go with this, but I love these ideas. Yeah, it's hard not to think about childhood with a treehouse, but you could go like full on fantasy, where it's like a city that's built in the trees or something like that. Oh, that's so cool. Tanya says unfair fight kind of makes me think like poker or similar things where you play against the house. So casino in a treehouse. That's awesome. That that's really cool. Hmm. I do like the idea of like a city or town built in the trees. So then like a tree house is legitimately a tree, how like a house in a tree. Who called me? Um, okay, sorry. Um, mhm. Just got news that an acquaintance, someone that my husband worked with several years ago, like at least 5 years ago, passed away. Um, it has been expected for a while, but it's very sad. um, oh, does Mortal Instruments have cities? Wait, okay, Tony said, city in a tree. That makes me think of that book series where cities eat each other. Um, is that Mortal Instruments? I don't know. I have not read it. Um, or how about a house that isn't supposed to be in a tree, but like it got picked up by. Oh, that's really cool. That's fun, like Wizard of Oz kind of, um, but you crash in a tree instead. Oh, Mortal Engines. I also have not read that. Um, okay, these are lots of good ideas. Um, let's see. Also, generally thinking like, okay, we've mostly talked about Treehouse because that's the more specific thing, and an unfair fight could be. Um, that's a prompt that could be manipulated a lot more to fit however you want into the thing. Because it could be like, boxing match that's rigged, or literally anything that's rigged, because that's, if you want to go there, sports betting being rampant, um, in the US at least, that has, things weren't fair before. They certainly aren't now. I don't I don't trust that. So you could go something more direct. You could go like it's a fight in whatever fantasy, horror, anything speculative like that. And oh, somebody has a knife when they're not supposed to have weapons or something like that. Um, but yeah, you could go more the kid route, childhood, like caring about how fair something is. I really like what you said about, the gambling aspect, the casino. Tanya says a kid who is too young doing sports betting in their treehouse, maybe. I love that. So there are lots of different ways that this could get taken. Um, at some point, I'll figure out what I want that to be. I hmm, trying to think what other, like, more obvious things could pop out. Um, hmm. Those are the main things that stand out to me as like the really obvious stuff. But hmm. Ooh, yes, I like that. Tanya says it could also be very metaphysical and involve the gods or the fates or something. That that's so fun. I do like that a lot. I'm thinking of like with the Odyssey coming out, I'm thinking of, the Iliad, where it's like, yeah, this human war, but the gods are constantly coming in and helping either side, and, definitely unfair in both directions at different points. So, and as far as the Odyssey, that's all kinds of, gods intervening when they shouldn't, and it's, It's a lot. That could be really fun though. I am thinking more about this sentient treehouse idea, like in a cosmic horror type of way. And going up against cosmic horror is absolutely an unfair fight. So that could really work. Hmm. I don't have more yet. I might just have to write that and see where it goes. That's like I feel so out of practice with writing horror. It hasn't even been that long. I don't. Okay, we might just have to get this set up for um, where are you? Oh, you stupid thing. Don't look at that. Okay, there we go. Stupid thing. So, there we go. Oh, Tanya says also maybe something lives in the treehouse. I love that. Tanya says I was listening to an episode breakdown of the Hill House series because watching was too scary. That's fair. And they do an interesting illusion thing with the treehouse. That sounds really cool. I honestly don't know how you write cosmic horror. Yeah, that's probably the toughest part, honestly. Is like cosmic horror especially is something that so much of it is atmospheric and it's also just like it's fear of the unknown, you know? So as soon as you start like describing it, it doesn't work as well. Ooh, maybe the notches in the eyes in the wood are like a message or something. Ooh, that's so fun. That's oh. Mm, okay. Um, okay, Spidey fan 629 asks what is a drabble. So a drabble is a type of microfiction, flash fiction, very short story where it is a full, complete story in exactly 100 words. It is it's more. the way we do it here is more a writing exercise than anything else. It is, you know, testing our writing ability and like coming up with a new idea and also our line editing. So obviously this is not something that you have to do. If you want to do sprints with us and not write a drabble, you want to work on whatever you're working on already, that's perfectly okay. But you are always welcome to check out our prompts and write a drabble with us. It's a fun experiment. And yeah, not everyone hits 100 words exactly. We are very, very loose with the guideline. And sometimes, like if I'm writing something and it's getting too long, I will save the longer version and then do a like tightened up version. And oftentimes I like the longer version better. I don't. It depends on the story and how exactly that comes out. But it's a great experiment either way. And there are also quite a few magazines, literary magazines, and like anthologies that do drabble challenges that publish drabbles or other microfiction. So you could also make some money from it. Cynthia has published, I don't even know how many that started as drabbles that she did for our challenge. Um, at least three, and I'm pretty sure I'm underestimating that. So it's definitely something with potential for getting into the literary field, but mostly we're just doing it to have fun. And unfortunately, I have come up with too many story ideas that I want to expand on for the future. I don't need more, but they keep happening. Well, I'm glad you came to check it out, and learning something new is always fun. Okay, let's see. I think I'm ready to start the sprint. How about you guys? I have some very loose ideas, and we'll see what actually comes out of this. Let's All right, got everything set up. So, yeah, I will see you guys in 30 minutes. Good luck. I hope that was as productive for you as it was for me. I have my 100-word drabble, and got a little vlog editing done. Not that much. I didn't have very much time, you know. All right. Okay. So here is my drabble for a treehouse and an unfair fight. No one goes near the Gunderson boys' treehouse. Not since that summer storm knocked down a supporting limb and the building stayed perfectly in place. Not since something black started oozing down the rope ladder. The Gunderson boys too scared, but you're not afraid. You don heavy boots from the family hiking trip and a worn backpack laden with the necessary provisions. You borrow Dad's gloves, stained green from yard work, and climb the blackened ladder to push open the trap door, sealed tight. You poke your head through the opening and wave the white flag of surrender. The treehouse watches you. The end. It was not quite as cosmic horror-y as I want it to be, but I don't know. It works. Okay, Tanya says I had to get up and do a thing which lost me about 20 minutes. I both realized that I could actually have used the prompt for a chapter of mine, but also realized maybe I need to delete it altogether. Oh, the duality. Yes, the black ooze. My thing decided it wanted to work again, so yeah, I'm quite happy with how this turned out. It is, just one of those. It's weird and creepy, and it could be something. Oh, that's fun. Tanya says I could see the treehouse looking like a face from certain angles too. Yes, especially like um, windows for eyes and that kind of thing. It works. Thank you. And I highly recommend drabble writing for like creativity. It's a fun exercise before diving into something else. Is really good for coming up with more ideas, which writers absolutely need more of those all the time. But I highly recommend. And let's see. I think I need to catch up. I didn't do last week's. This is the summer is busy time with my kids being home. So last week was like we went to Silver Dollar City on my regular streaming day. So I was not streaming then, and I wasn't streaming the next day because I knew I would be exhausted. And like every other morning, we had appointments or like we had plans. So I did not get to work on that. I mean, I could have done it not on stream, but I am very used to doing them on stream at this point, and I really enjoy that. So, last week's prompts were Rumbling Thunder and Lazy Afternoons. I'll have to think about that. I would very much like to get last week's done too. Thunder. Um, I mean, I've been writing since I was a kid. Since I don't know, around 8 is when I started actually doing some writing. But we started this drabble challenge in February. So, and just like I personally very much struggle with writing short. I ramble a lot, and I'm very much used to writing novel length stories, and I would like to do more short stories, but they always seemed so insurmountable because of having to fit a whole story into something so short. So, a lot of why I decided to do this Drabble challenge in February was so that I could practice writing short more. And also, like, I really wanted to explore some other genres because I have not written a whole bunch outside of, like, I love speculative fiction, and especially fantasy is what I grew up loving and what I grew up writing. But all of the books that I've published have been like contemporary with no speculative elements. So I also really wanted to experiment writing those sort of things again because I hadn't in a while. So the the amount of improvement that I have seen in like my prose, in how tight my language is, just since I started doing these drabbles in February is kind of crazy. I'm very happy with like how much easier it's gotten to do as well. Sometimes it's still hard, to be fair. Quite a few times I come up with an idea, but it's still such a struggle to actually write it. And sometimes it's easier. I I'm happy with this one though. I do feel like the last several I've done have not been as good. I haven't liked them as much. Not that they're inherently bad, but I just haven't enjoyed them. So this was really nice to have one that like did what I wanted it to do. Oh, yes. Rumbling Thunder and Lazy Afternoons is so atmospheric. Tanya says it reminds me of summer camp and my first kiss. It was so, but a storm rolling in and the sort of hay bed under a tree was peak atmosphere. That sounds adorable. And yes, you're absolutely right. So many of my like favorite summer memories growing up are like summer thunderstorms and just like sitting and watching the rain. So nice. Yes, being short is hard. That I've gotten a lot better. I don't know how much better you have gotten, Tanya, as far as actually writing short. But I do think like what you've written, you've gotten tighter. Not necessarily that the story itself has gotten shorter. Hey Mateo, welcome. I'm glad you're here. We've we've just been pretty chill. Um, I got my drabble for this week done, and now I'm thinking about last week's because um, I did not get to it last week. Okay, close Discord. Why am I looking at Discord? Uh, nope, didn't miss it. We're like an hour and a half in. I don't know when I'm going to stop. I do want to do another sprint to try to get in this other drabble. Your writing is great, but yeah, if the goal is to like work on writing shorter, um, it could be a little bit um, could still use some improvement. An hour and a half ago. That's yeah, went live about an hour and a half ago, and we've only done one sprint so far. We spent a while chatting and brainstorming at the beginning, so it's been nice and chill. Oh, I will say, if you guys don't know about the World Shift, um, it's an online speculative fiction conference that's happening this week. It started yesterday. It's free, but the free version is um, the free version means that you can only my brain stopped working. You can only view the talks for like 24 hours after they air. And so, like, if you want lifetime access to them, then it's like $100 for the all access pass. But I'm doing the free version because I'm cheap. But I highly recommend it. Is going on right now. It's and it's all speculative. It's all fantasy, sci-fi, horror, that type of stuff. Um, Probably geared most toward like fantasy, but there's a lot of cool stuff happening. Um, so if you guys are interested in that, I highly recommend it. It has a lot of like quite a few big name people, mostly Gabriella Pereira, or however you say that. I probably screwed that up. I She's the DIY MFA person, and yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff. Um, with like stuff about critique partners, how to approach race in speculative fiction, um, different levels of like revision, the magic of setting, mastering author newsletters. Um, the intersection of speculative fiction and activism, subversive world building, a bunch of stuff like that. Highly recommend this. It's very cool. So that's going on this whole week. It started yesterday, so I am. I have not watched any of them live. You can watch them live, and the talks are all recorded, but if you watch them when they go live, then the person who did the talk is there in the chat and will respond to you. And yeah, it's a cool thing. It's totally free unless you want to spend the money. And yeah, highly recommend. I will share that in the Storyteller Society. I should have shared it sooner. I did it last year and vlogged that also while my roof was getting replaced, so that was nice and noisy. But last year it happened during the first week of school, so my kids were in school, and this week it's not school time yet, so we're not there yet. Oh, I was wondering when someone would say something about the new YouTube watch hours in the Storyteller Society. I was surprised no one mentioned it sooner. I need to close that, or I will keep getting distracted. Okay, also I want to go back because I got distracted. Okay, earlier Mateo said I was kind of locked into my writing this morning. I've finally reached the point in this draft where I can write the chapter that got deleted last time. That's awesome! Oh, you're doing so well. I love that. I love that you're getting back to that. And I know you've been struggling more lately. So that's really cool. I'm so happy for you. Okay. Do we want to do another sprint? We do. switch back to this guy. I will leave the prompts up, but I will be working on last week's prompts, the rumbling thunder and lazy afternoons. Not sure what exactly, like where exactly this is going to go, but we'll figure it out. All right. See you guys in 30. Good luck. How did that go for everybody? Let's see. No. Allie popped in here for the body doubling. Hey, Allie. How are you doing? And how did that sprint go for everybody? I got distracted by Discord for like almost 20 minutes. So, I have 57 words on last week's prompts. Not sure how I'm feeling about it right now, but it's not done, so we'll see. I'll just have to finish it. Mateo finished his drabble. That's awesome. Okay, so this is Mateo's from last week's prompts. A picnic basket sits on the kitchen table. It was prepared the night before. Amelia wakes up first. She's excited about the picnic. She can't remember the last time her and Ferdinand had a full day off. As she walks into the kitchen, she sees the nearly flooded patio. She starts to cry. Hearing his wife's cries, Ferdinand wakes up and heads into the kitchen. What's wrong? He too sees the patio. Thunder rumbles above. Our day off, she mumbles. He moves some furniture around and sets up the picnic on the floor. Let's just have a lazy Sunday. Oh, that's cute! That's cute. Allie says, I'm doing well, been very busy with the family and an upcoming sort of move. That's exciting. But yeah, I'm sure you're very busy all the time with your little one. I am thoroughly impressed by how much of a presence you have on AuthorTube. Oh, I ran out of coffee. I don't think I would be able to do it with a kiddo that young, but I don't know. I was very overwhelmed by my young children. Uh, yes, very sweet. Okay, I'll read this line because I like this line. I don't know if it's going to stay how it is, but I like this line. The hammock hugs you, holds you tight with weather-roughened fabric. The heat and the humidity are sweltering, but the hammock's gentle embrace comforts you. I don't know what's going on there, but I like that little paragraph. Oh, Ellie says, I don't know how to do it either. He's actually napping right now. Pretty sure he's growing teeth. Yeah, he's about that age. Growing does suck. uh, yeah, mine are at the age where I'm like, I think you guys could stay at this age and I would be happy. You've gotten you're old enough that you're mostly able to do stuff on your own, but you're still my kids. Okay, and Mateo asked, what are you working on? I assume that was to Allie. Based on the rest of stuff. Let's see. Oh, thank you. Yes, cozy is exactly what I was going for. I don't really think this is going to be much of like anything as far as like a full story. It's more just a vibe. And yeah, like cozy summer thunderstorm is the vibe. Yes. Okay. And I need to end this here because I have to go to an appointment. I got distracted and forgot what time it was. Uh, I just answered that question accidentally. Um, yeah, that's fair. My kids are 10 and 12 now, so like, and they're mostly fine most of the time. They're still, neurodivergent, and we're all a lot of the time. But yes, I will see you guys next time. I don't know what my streaming schedule will be next week because it's the first week of school. So, yeah, but I'll see you guys later. If you want to join the Drabble server, shoot me a DM either on Discord or on Instagram at DLPitchford, and I'll give you an invite. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you guys later.